My Wikipedia review was over a very fascinating time in America, which was World War II. World War II was the bloodiest war in the history of all wars. It was a gruesome 6-year war where over 70 million people died. There's an unimaginable amount of history that happens during this war with so much information. It could take years to understand everything that happened and all the technological advances and information that came with this war. As I said before, I chose World War II for my Wikipedia article review. The article explains the background of the war, pre-war events, the course of the war, the aftermath, and the impact the war had not only on America, but many of the countries it involved. It also included smaller wars that led to the tensions behind World War II's beginning, and famous and crucial battles of the war, such as D-Day. This article also explained the many advances in technology and modern advances in warfare. Casualty is the clear, direct cause and effect relationship between two historical people, places, things, or ideas. And for casualty, in my review, I chose Japan's refusal to sign an unconditional surrender, which led to America taking more drastic measures and dropping an atomic bomb on Hiroshima and then 3 days later on Nagasaki, where Japan swiftly accepted the surrender. Contingency is outcomes that are possible but dependent upon historical factors, and for my article I chose D-Day as being a great topic because it was a very large and important part of the war for the Allies. Though the article did not do a great job of explaining the scale of the day or harsh realities of how big of a battle it was, such as the number of lives lost. Complexity is scrutinizing, considering, and identifying possible relationships between historical people, places, things, or ideas. And for this article, I chose the section over the Holocaust, where Hitler used Jewish citizens of Europe along with homosexuals, disabled, and mentally ill for many reasons, such as work or testing chemicals on them while living in terrible concentration camps where they were starved and commonly ill from the crampedness of the camp, and eventually death camps where he murdered on a scale never seen before, which led to many bad feelings towards the German people for years to come. Change over time is the difference in a single historical variable going forward in time, and out of my article I chose the advances in technology and warfare. The importance of tanks and aircraft was realized and utilized in most every battle, along with huge improvements in the Navy and artillery, setting the ground level of improvement for each of these in the future, and understanding the power we possess and can use in the future as well. Context is the circumstances and facts required to understand and assess a specific event. From my article, I chose the war as a whole, because it is important to understand the enormity of the war and amount of destruction and death that came from it. It included more than 100 million people from more than 30 countries, were the major participants through their entire economics, scientific capabilities into the war effort. Tens of millions of people died due just to genocide, including Holocaust victims. There was more civilian death in this war than any other war in history. This war also changed the political engagement and social structure of the globe, because no one wanted another war like this to amount. My suggested change for this article would be many more in-text citations along with more information for important parts to have a better understanding of the impact and importance, and more credible sources as well.